about as far as weather. This is great football weather right here.
And a great crowd on hand. All the championship teams that have participated from the quarterfinals on are in the stands tonight. It's Audi 0 to start on offense. The quarterback is Champ Long out of Fairfield College Prep in Connecticut. Dual threat as he gives to Justice Haynes on the outside, and Haynes over the 35, 15 yards on his opening carry of the game. This kid is one to watch. Blessed Trinity, they just won the state title at the 4A level. He had 52 yards in the game, but 1,700 yards as a freshman.
That's unbelievable. And his dad is Veron Haynes, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he got a good bloodline going right here.
He's got an offer from South Carolina. And on the second play from scrimmage, he goes for 3 or 4 yards. Often is the case in all-star games, putting in an offense on short days rest, 2 or 3 days to incorporate. But Ron Dollar, very impressed with the football minds that you have on hand, and that's courtesy of a lot of these guys attending FBU camps.
Absolutely. And most teams run the spread anyway these days. And so what they're running, just the terminology might be a little different. But overall, most teams run the spread, so they're used to it.
A quick out to Liam Gruel to the 42. That's a gain of 4. 3rd and 5. 10-minute quarters in this FBU All-American Bowl. It was formerly known as the Freshman All-American game. Champ Long, he started as a freshman at his Connecticut high school. Loves Lamar Jackson and shows a little bit there on the spin move to move the sticks to midfield.
Nice spin move. Able to pick up the first down.
Long is one of the captains. Had 1,300 yards passing this past season and close to 20 touchdowns. He's got 4 wide receivers to start this new set of downs. And to the outside, that will fall incomplete. In and out of the hands of Aiden Williams from Ridgeland, Mississippi. What would you have done if there was a game like this back when you were a freshman in high school?
I would have been nervous. I didn't know that much. I would have been excited to showcase my talent and see how I rank against the other kids from around the country.
Long. Going to tuck it.
Oh, nice.
And then on the jump pass, hits Gruel. Nice improvisation. And Liam Gruel, who knows the drill when it comes to football university, it runs in the family. He's the next in line out of Charlotte Christian. As his brothers Nolan and Garrett playing on championship caliber teams. He's down to the 30. That's a gain of 20 yards.
Nice play. Nice play. Nice improvising, like you say, by the quarterback. Good job.
So a solid opening series so far. Long is one of the captains. Each team has 4. Our referee, James Myro, winds the clock. That was a pass to Haynes, who caught that behind the line. Could have been called a lateral, but he gets about 8. Opening drive of this 2019 FBU All-American Bowl. Haynes again. Down to the 20.
He's a tough runner. Doesn't go down off the first contact, which is good. It's a good sign for a running back.
He's got a first down. Lamont Green made the tackle. See, the center is Bracken Castle. 235, 265, 275, 315 across the front. As the pocket breaks down, Long will take that release and take what the defense gives him to the 16.
what I like so far about Long, he's making really good decisions with football. He's not forcing anything. He's taking what the defense is giving him.
A dual threat slasher. Says he wants to get into coaching down the road. Never a bad thing to have the wise mind of a quarterback in control of your team. Off that gash on the left side. Tackles made by Elijah Fields. Fields, the Legacy School of Sports Science in Houston, Texas. Three and a half minutes old this drive. 3rd and 3. Justice Haynes walking a little gingerly off to the sideline. The star running back outside of Atlanta.
Blessed Trinity.
They bring the pressure. Long will be wrapped up. Well, the heat was coming from Lamont Green. He's got an offer from Southern Miss. And his dad was a high school All-American, played at Florida State, and he got the pressure in on Champ Long, so it's a loss of a yard. They can pick up a first at the 10.
He showed a really nice burst right there. He did a great job of using his hands and slipping the tackle.
Off play action. And that's complete. Down to the 6. And it's Gruhl once more. He's been the go-to target in clutch situations to start the football game. And he's got a first down for Adi Zero.
I'm really liking Long's decision making. He's really taking care of the football, which is really important for a quarterback.
Well, in the modern game, scoring drives don't take too long. This is at 12 plays already. Champ Long nestles down to the 2.
Nice decision again. He's doing really well. He's marching them right down the field. 5 minutes to go. This drive is 5 minutes long.
You don't see that in high school anymore.
Quarterback sneak, touchdown.
But you see Long into the end zone. And a masterful opening drive, converting 2 third downs and a 4th down as well. And Adi Zero has the opening 6 of the game.
Very, very nice drive by Long.
His given name Robert. And the 6', 180-pound quarterback has the 3-yard touchdown run. Sam Spence to add the extra point.
I see he likes Tom Brady. That's a good person to model yourself after.
I would think so. Spence, his 2 older brothers, played at Clemson. And the West Florence Knight out of South Carolina makes it 7-0. 5 minutes and 7 seconds on that opening drive for Adi Zero. And Champ Long playing like a champ.
That's a fact. What a good job by him. Like I said, he took very good care of the ball. He made some great decisions. And kudos to him. Offensive line protected him well. And they converted on 2 third downs, as you mentioned. And it's fitting that he pays it off with his quarterback sneaking up the middle for the 6.
Neil Sika, Freddie McCrary with you here in Naples at Gulf Coast High School. 3rd year, the FBU All-American Bowl has been showcased here. A convincing win last year by 3-Stripe, which was coached by Rod Dollar. He's got Adi Zero duties this season. There's pressure to perform in this game. You're heading into your sophomore year. 15, 16-year-old kids, how do you enjoy it while also wanting to play well?
Well, you enjoy it because it's a great experience. Parents spend all their money to get you down here. And plus you got a lot of ego going on. You want to impress the other kids from around the country and make them remember you. So say, hey, I'm Champ Long. hey, I'm making a statement right now. So you want people to know who you are.
Only player representing Connecticut on that Audi Zero roster. Off the squib kick, it's Brandon Innes who comes to the rescue, and we'll be talking about number 5 in white a lot as he's brought down to start their first possession for three-stripe. Innes will do it all. He has 17 offers, 11 from Power 5 schools. And just about the question I asked you, how do you prepare for a moment like this? Are you nervous? He goes, I'm used to it. And that's the funny part in this day and age. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, the attention starts to come more and more.
Absolutely, it does. And that's why I'm pretty sure he's probably got butterflies, but he's not that nervous, I'm sure. Looking forward to it. I bet he's more looking forward to it than anything.
One of the 5 captains is the quarterback, Brennan Storer. He's out of Highland Park, and that's a proud program. It's won 3 straight championships down in Texas. And the opening give for three-stripe to Jaden Booker, a healthy 6 yards. Palmetto Ridge just up the road here in Naples as Booker has the carry.
26 made it.
Caleb Presley on the stop for Audi Zero. He's out of Eastside Catholic in Washington. Out of the pistol set. And Storer seemed to run into Richard Young on the exchange there. Young cutting up opponents here in the area up in Fort Myers for Lehigh Senior. And the Lightning running back just shy of 900 yards in his freshman season. Should be noted, a lot of these guys saw time at the freshman JV level. There are a handful that started a full season on varsity. Storer, 32 touchdowns in 9 JV games. Plays behind one of the best quarterbacks in the country in Chandler Morris, who's a 4-star right now. That pass is off the mark, looking for Innes. And third down coming up. Inside of 4 minutes in the opening quarter, an impressive opening drive by Audi Zero in this 2019 FBU All-American Bowl. And that pass was off the mark on third down, so it's Pat Morin to come in to punt.
I think they will eventually, and see what happens.
Jalen Brown making the fair catch, so Audi Zero. Each team operating with a couple of quarterbacks. Should be noted that some of the best on display here, 70 of the top freshmen for the class of 2023. But all states not represented just because of certain athletic association bylaws. You can't play in an all-star game until after your senior season is complete, so the roster heavy with Florida, Georgia, and Texas talent.
I'm excited that they come from all walks of life. They come from Washington State all the way to South Florida. Nice run.
Off the sweep. That's good enough for a first down. And right back in there is Justice Haynes.
He's quite impressive, isn't he?
So no worse for the wear as he was walking off inside the red zone on that last drive. Dylan Lonergan is now the quarterback, getting a series for Audi Zero. Brookwood, Georgia. Brookwood High School is in Snellville. He'll hit the middle on that pass, and it's complete. Rich Millian out of First Baptist Academy. That's just down the road here in Naples. He's a quarterback for his high school, but will start at wide receiver in this game. He shined through the FBU camps, and that's a big gainer as Lonergan hits him in stride.
Nice throw, nice catch.
Now motion Gruel. bunch the three at the top of your screen. Lonergan gives that straight away. It's Haynes, and that line is moving bodies up front.
Like I mentioned earlier, Haynes has a great leg drive. You know, for the rest of the 1,700 yards as a freshman, look out record books, huh?
Not only that, his backfield had Elijah Green, who had a magnificent season in his own right, who's heading to North Carolina.
Yes, I know his dad. I played Victor Green. His dad is Victor Green, and Elijah's a great kid, straight A student as well.
Over 200 yards in the championship game last Friday. On the out, that's complete. And a first down. Aiden Williams, who dropped one earlier, has that one inside the 20. And whether it's been Long or Lonergan, the quarterbacks are moving the football for Adi Zero here in the first quarter. We're down to 2 minutes.
And making great decisions with the ball. That's what I'm impressed with. You know, when kids are young like this, they're a little nervous, but these guys seem to be like they're doing 7-on-7, making great decisions with the ball and throwing completions.
Haynes alone in the backfield. Lonergan under pressure and tossed like a rag doll. Down he goes, LaShawn Stephen from Hollywood, Florida. And MacArthur High School in on the play. And that sack a big loss all the way back to the 33.
Quarterback. Him along with him and Jaden Wayne.
2nd and 24. And a quick flare to the outside. That's Haynes in space. Young man shows he can catch it too. North Georgia Touchdown Club Underclassman of the Year. And the TD Club of Atlanta Freshman of the Year for number 22 for Team Adi Zero. And he's had a good bulk of the work in this opening 10 minutes, which has his team threatening again. Lonergan sets up that screen. And Haynes straight ahead on 3rd down as the mist picks up here in Naples. It will set up 4th and manageable. 4th and 8. So you have an all-star kicker in Spence, or do you let the athletes do their thing here?
They're going to let the quarter run out, but I think it's the quarterback scored on the last drive. Why not give it to the running backs? Is that being a little biased?
Not at all.
I know it's a throwing game now, but
if only you played in another era.
I know, right? Hey, they threw it when I played too, but not as much.
It's 7-0 Adi Zero, leading 3-stripe here in the 2019 FBU All-American Bowl after 1 quarter in Naples. Back to Southwest Florida after this.
Florida's Paradise Coast is more than just the home of the FBU National Championships. We're also the home of endless natural beauty and wild adventures. The home of holes in one and one-of-a-kind dishes. The home of incredible comebacks and just plain kicking back. So come discover a sports paradise and play well. In Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades. When it comes to sports, Florida's Paradise Coast goes all in. We have the drive and passion. We put it all on the line. We make waves and great saves. We're ready to step up to the plate. So let's get wild.
Right?
It's time to play well in the sports paradise of
keep it up so
Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades.
Back at Gulf Coast High School.
Is it raining?
We do have a little bit of rain. Neil Sika, Fred McCrary, 2019 FBU All-American Bowl. Start of the 2nd quarter. And Sam Spence with Champ Long, the holder, nowhere to go as they attempted the field goal and then said, no, we'll look for some trickeration.
A little fumble on the snap.
There was nothing there. And so 3-stripe holds, they'll take over. And a good-looking drive, which was engineered by Dylan Lonergan, comes to a halt.
Let's see if they can get a drive going here and see if they can get their feet up on them a little bit. First drive was a little shaky, and let's see how they do on this second drive.
They went 3 and out. Joe Borchers celebrated his 16th birthday a couple of days ago. Out of IMG Academy, he's the quarterback now. And he gives to Jaden Booker, who scraps for about 5. And he's met by an onslaught of black shirts. Heath Ozida helping to make the tackle. Out of the state of Washington.
I like that call on first down. Shake off the little nerves a little bit, get 6 yards on first down, and make second down more manageable.
7 yards on that opening carry. Right. Joe Borchers, who got some action a couple of years ago at the championship team at IMG Academy, the one that travels nationwide, and there are 2 other levels that play local schools. He hasn't thrown a pass yet, and that give picks up enough for the first down to the 36.
Yeah, I think their nerves are calm right now, and they ran the ball back to back, and that's good to get everybody, get their sweat going. Did you see how big Tusi Jr. is? Oh my goodness, he's huge.
He's the right guard. You can see him hedged above everyone else. Blocks here as Borchers throws, and it's met in the flat and met well. Terrence Love. You'll be hearing us talk about him throughout the night, as he is an excellent man at the cornerback position. He had 2 interceptions, but in only a handful of varsity games as a freshman, he dealt with an arm injury. And he, along with his teammate Gannon Weathersby, play for the Langston Hughes Panthers in Georgia.
And he's ideal size too. He's 6'2" already, but he's going to grow some more. So 6'2".
Borchers on the handoff to Booker. Gashing for about 7 more yards. Set up a 3rd and short. What do you think about the bigger prototype defensive back that you're seeing now? For so long, 5'9", 6 feet could cut it on the outside as long as you had some speed, but we're seeing some size out there now.
But now it's a matchup game. All the receivers are big. Look at all the Power 5 receivers. Not too many of them are small. So you got to match up to those guys. So recruiting a bigger corner is what needed. You got a quick slot guy, so you have a smaller guy inside, but on outside you need somebody 6 foot and taller.
Out of the pistol, 3rd and 3. Richard Young. Going to be about a yard shy. Ozida in there. Help make the tackle along with Matt DeFeo. Zavarian brothers in Massachusetts. 4th and a football. Three-stripe went 3 and out on their opening drive.
I'm thinking they're going to do a hard count right here and see if they can get him to draw.
A very clean game so far, Fred, through the opening quarter plus.
Not one flag, huh? I think they're going behind big 76 Tui Jr. Oh, I told you.
We jinxed him. Commentator's curse. It always happens.
I knew that's what they were going to do. They're going to hard count him.
Just a little over aggressive, and that'll put it in plus territory.
I don't think they had a play call. I thought they just had, let's see if we can draw them off, if we can get a first down. And that's exactly what happened.
The center is Noah Potts. Fort Worth Nolan Catholic. He played every game at the varsity level.
They have some big guys up front as well.
Off the end around, Innes takes a pop at the 45. Plus game of 4.
It's amazing to be a freshman and have 17 offers. That's incredible.
Among them, Florida State, Miami, Penn State, LSU. 10 touchdowns, 520 yards receiving. As a freshman on varsity, also had 2 interceptions as a defensive back. And everyone is really drooling over the matchup with Innis and Love facing each other. 2 of the highly touted prospects that will head into their sophomore years next fall. On 2nd and 6. Nowhere to go for Booker. Walker Hicks helping to make the stop on that play. Cambridge, Georgia. It's 3rd and 7.
That was a nice play by him. Read the offensive line, shot the gap, and made a tackle for a loss. So that's a nice play. 3rd down. Let's see what 3-stripe has right now. I think it's going to be a pass. I'm predicting they're going to throw it to Ennis. What do you think?
Not a bad guy to look to. Lots of talented receivers. Demery Jones, Bruce Batman Mitchell. Off the play fake to Booker. Up in the air, and it's brought in at the 19. Braylon James. Outside of Round Rock, Texas, and the Stony Point Tigers. He had 2 touchdowns for the varsity team this past season, and 13 in 5 games for the freshman team, and that's a big conversion.
That is a big conversion. And way to go high point the ball. Good job by Braylon James going up. He's 6'2", 170 pounds. Great size already, but way to go high point the football and bring it in.
Joe Borchers leading this drive in the pistol. Off the give, Richard Young. Winds his way near the 10.
He's a local product, Fort Myers, Florida.
Florida and Georgia Tech have shown interest already. Lehigh Senior district champs have bounced in the opening round of the playoffs.
He shows some explosion right here on that last play.
Coming up on 4 minutes in the half on this snap. Richard Young again. No room as it's closed off on the boundary by Caleb Presley. Richard Young says, I want to score 3 times and have 200 yards in this game. That's setting some expectations.
That's pretty high. Huh?
He won't do it all on this play. He's heading to the sideline.
I like his way of thinking, though. Is Booker back in now? Is Booker's back in?
It's 3rd and 2. Can pick up a first down inside the 8. Another long drive here. This one by 3-stripe.
Nice.
And the running by Booker is tough and tenacious. And to the 4. Gain of 6, and it's 1st and goal.
It's quite impressive, too. He rushed for 1,100 yards in 7 games, had 11 touchdowns, and that's quite impressive to be a freshman, you know.
He said that first varsity game, I wasn't sure if I was ready, but once I got the first carry, I was ready. The youth of America.
I know, right?
A lot of impressive young men in this group of 70. Getting to hear their stories as Booker is bottled up. That's a nice tackle inside. Caleb Lavallee crashing inside from Whitfield in Smyrna, Georgia. And the middle linebacker with a high football IQ has the tackle. And a timeout taken by Team Audi Zero, or rather 3-stripe. So they're trying to try the football game with 3:23. Remaining here in the first half. Football University, Fred, you know it well. You've taught at many of these camps. The instruction, the skills these players get, second to none.
Absolutely, second to none. We have several NFL players coming back, giving back, teaching these guys the best technique, the best forms. You can't beat it. It really it's a great bang for your buck, and I highly suggest it to parents around the country. Send your kids to an FBU camp, and I promise you they'll get better.
What's been your favorite part of being a part of those camps?
My favorite part has been watching the kids grow and watching them come back year after year and see their progression over the years and see it convert to on the field when they're playing.
There's regional camps, and then there's the national camp, Top Gun, which can help earn invites into games like this. And of course, the pathway to the All-American Bowl in San Antonio, Texas. First weekend in January on NBC. Borchers had trouble with the snap. And so it's back to the 12.
Yep. Been a very clean played game. We haven't had a penalty the whole game, have we? No.
We had the one on this drive that prolonged it with the hard count at midfield.
Oh, we had one. That's right.
We coaxed him into that too.
I know, right?
Borchers
Nice
on the
throw.
outside has Bruce Batman Mitchell, who was leaning towards the goal line. It was falling 3. That ball had leaked into the end zone. They're spotting it just shy at the 1.
4th and goal.
He had 11 catches at the varsity level, with 11 touchdowns in 4 freshman games this past season. And another 4th down upcoming. It's the second one on this drive. Misty conditions here in Naples. 60 degrees at kickoff. And 3 Stripe takes its second time out of the half with 2 minutes left.
What do you think the coach is telling them right now?
I'm going to ask you when we come back from break. 7-0. Audi Zero leads 3 Stripe here in Naples.
American Bowl is brought to you by Football University. FBU, bringing former NFL coaches and players from all around the country.
Gatorade packs carbs to refuel and electrolytes to replenish, so you can bring the heat. Nothing beats Gatorade.
4th and goal at the 1. Late here in the first half. FBU All-American Bowl. As 3 Stripe trying to tie things up. It will not happen. Fantastic work by Gannon Weathersby to ruin the parade.
What a play by him.
First team All-Region
I don't think anybody touched him.
in Greater Atlanta. And the Swiss Army knife of this defense, making the stop on Booker on 4th and goal from the 1.
That's a great bend, but don't break moment. Got it down to 4th and goal, and they stopped him when they had to. So, good job.
So back out comes the Audi Zero offense. They had a 13-play drive to start the football game that ended in a champ-long touchdown run. And he gets his 2nd series now. This is their 3rd overall. It's been a fast-moving first half here in Naples. Straight ahead on the dive play, Justice Haynes.
He's been the workhorse so far.
Over 10 carries now.
In the first half, yeah.
Pick up about 4 on the 2nd down for Audi Zero. Less than 2 minutes.
Met in the hole by Fields and Isaac Blue out of Owensboro, Kentucky. Trips near side. Snap is low for long. Gruel has been one of his favorite targets in this first half. He's out at the 19. That's first down yardage, though.
We got a first down for Audi
And
Zero.
we'll move the sticks with 1:12 And the clock ticking away.
And as I mentioned earlier, they are making great decisions with that football. You know, they're going with the proper, correct reads and getting the ball out. And the guys are catching and they're finishing the plays.
A lot of stuff underneath so far with Long. He's obviously going up against some great defensive backs, but coaches love his arm. He can really unleash it. There's a timeout here from Adi Zero.
He's just taking what the defense is giving him. You know? He's making great decisions with the football.
Wonderful crowd on hand at Gulf Coast High School. This facility, this school, only 21 years old.
We have a sideways mist blowing, and the band is still playing loud and loud and proud, huh?
There you see Rod Dollar. He's the one in the middle of that huddle, the head coach, who right now is an offensive line coach at Prince Avenue in Athens, Georgia. He's been a head coach at many levels, but he has been the man when it's come to coaching in these FBU All-American Bowls. This is his 14th game overall, and he has a record of 11-2.
That's quite impressive.
Pretty good. Not that we're keeping track of winning all-star games, but at the same time, when you can do that on short notice and get a group of players to respond like that, and
come on, we all have a competitive side.
Absolutely.
We want to win, just like I want to beat you in golf.
I've known you 3 days. I want your life already. That's lofted up in the air.
Flag.
And the flag does come in for the back judge. As they were looking deep, they wanted Kole Osanubi. And this wide receiver has a long stride from Belmont Hill, Massachusetts. He's already got an offer from UMass. Ball underthrown a bit, but the flag with the contact comes in.
Yeah, the defensive back never turned around, and he made early contact. So good call by the refs.
And one of the things I admire, of course, you're a collegiate official, so you've got an eye for not just what's going on with the 11 in white and the 11 in black, but the guys in the stripes too.
A little jack of all trades.
Yes, you are. 54 seconds. Long on the rollout. Lets it rip. Has his man through his hands. A surefire touchdown. And Jalen Brown will want that one back. And you can see the arm strength on the move that Long flashes.
And he took a serious hit from Justin Benton too. He took a whack.
Justin Benton, 6'3", 225. Said when he was little, didn't like to eat anything. That has changed.
Yeah, look how big. He's huge.
Newton County, Georgia. He's a Ram and was their only freshman on varsity. Haynes, horse-collared, or appeared to be, and there is the flag. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a bit of a dangerous play. You don't want to see that. Hopefully he gets up and go on to the next play. He's coming out of the game now.
34 seconds left in the half. The ebb and flow was pretty strong for much of the opening 20 minutes. A little more bumpier in these last two or so with some penalties, some drops. 7-0 Adi Zero lead. Long. Smooth ingenuity, a couple of nice cuts to the outside. He is inside the three-stripe 40 to the 38.
He's doing a really good job tonight, taking care of that football. No turnovers. And like, as you showcased last time, he had a surefire touchdown that was dropped, and he's making great decisions tonight. I'm quite impressed with him.
He's had the 3-yard touchdown run. He goes for 12 there. 16 seconds left. There's one timeout left at their disposal. Long, going long. Not too much.
Too long.
Wanted Osanubi.
Long went too long, right?
Second down at 10.
So don't call me Robert.
But smart. He threw it to where his guy can catch it or nobody can catch it, which is good. Taking care of the football.
Those dual threat quarterbacks, such a main stable of the modern game because they can elude duress like that and live to see another play.
Do you think dual threat is a new norm now? Or you think a drop back passer?
It has to be. Look at some of the NFL offenses, right?
Right.
The Ravens shaping around Lamar Jackson.
You think more kids are leaning towards Lamar Jackson now?
You could say Russell Wilson also started a
Absolutely.
big trend in that direction as well. I think the question that always comes up is the timeout on the field, the longevity, how long they can continue to do that, to take hits
Absolutely.
at the NFL level like that. And that remains
concerns
to
me
be
about
seen.
Lamar Jackson as well, even though he's a tough kid.
Absolutely.
He used to run it. He's a running back. You know, he always played quarterback, but they ran the ball all the time. So I think he's used to it. But I don't care who you are. You can only take so much pounding. I played with Mike Vick, and he can only take so much. He was, very
Right.
similar to Lamar Jackson. You can only take so much pounding before, there's some big, fast, strong guys in the NFL that wants to land on you and hurt you. So is that the new, is it the new thing in the NFL right now? Especially if Lamar Jackson go on to win the Super Bowl. Will more teams try to emulate him?
I think the more interesting discussion as the variations of these spread college offenses find their way into the NFL, what is the next big phase defensively that will clamp down on that and make it tough to continue that trend?
Right.
A nice chess match and always a fun discussion. Last play of the first half. Champ Long wants to let it rip. Doesn't like what he has downfield. And takes a little bit of a jog out of bounds at the 25. Smart play to end the half. His team, Adi Zero, is up 7-0 after the opening 20 minutes of the 2019 FBU All-American Bowl. A 13-play opening drive and a 3-yard long touchdown run. Capping it off, a defensive stand right before the half comes to a close by the Adi Zero defense.
Which was huge. It keeps them in the game. It's only a one-score game going into halftime, and that gives them incentive to come back out and stop three-stripe on the first drive and get the ball back for them and see if they can put some points on the board.
We'll look forward to that in the second half. 70 of the top freshmen in the nation, the class of 2023, the 2019 FBU All-American Bowl. Adi Zero leads three-stripe 7-0 at the half from Naples.